I'm Will Lockamy.
And I'm Reed Lockamy.
And this is the season finale of the Iron Bowl Hour.
Or as we like to call it, the show that would like to congratulate the new head coach at Auburn, Gus Malzahn.
I can't believe they actually hired Gus Malzahn.
Yeah, I'm not too surprised. Gus Malzahn seems like a great guy. I do want to say I do feel bad for Bobby Petrino, who didn't get the job.
Yeah, absolutely. Poor Bobby Petrino.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what though, I think he will wind up getting a job somewhere else.
Really? That's a pretty bold statement.
I didn't think so.
On tonight's show,
better feature outside of a football stadium, the Walk of Champions at Alabama or the Pope Mobile replica at Notre Dame?
Ooh, is it bulletproof glass?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Pope Mobile.
You do have to work at it.
Yeah.
You know, it's because the main thing you want to do is to smile, and people think that it's natural, even when sometimes it's not.
Reed, it's time for the final agree to disagree of the season. I just have to tell you, something doesn't feel right.
Well, Will, that's because we are going to be traveling into the future, Will, all the way, in fact, into the future. Because as you know, as is foretold in the Mayan prophecy, the world is going to end here just in a couple of weeks or so, and we're not going to be able to cover the BCS championship game the way we would like to. But luckily, our producer, Rob, his uncle, owns a DeLorean, and he was able to bring us a tape of our coverage of the game from the future. And what we're now going to show our viewers is that tape from the future. Leading up to the BCS championship game, there were plenty of opinions about how the game would play out. In the end, did it turn out the way we expected?
Shocking. That's the only way I can describe the BCS National Championship game, Reed. Who would have thought that Alabama would have only won by a field goal right at the last second?
Well, Will, that's the way I expected the game to turn out, so I don't know why you're so shocked about it. Listen, Will, we learned 1 week before the game even happened that all of this, football robot technology that Fox Sports has been using for years now, that Notre Dame was able actually to get a player on their team who was a football robot, and there were no NCAA rules in the books to prevent that. There is going to be a new rule for that starting next year. Well, they're going to call it the Cam Newton rule. Once we heard there was going to be a football robot player, then I really expected it to be a closer game than people did anticipate.
I understand where you're coming from, Reed, but I really felt like once we learned that all of Coach Saban's assistants were robots, and that's why they haven't been able to talk to the press over all of these years, I figured that they would be able to really pull the tide through with a big victory.
Well, listen, Will, I can understand why you would have thought that. But remember, Notre Dame, one of the worst football programs in the whole country, is this year a team of destiny. So anyone who thought that Alabama was just going to run away with the game wasn't really seeing, the writing on the wall. Listen, and this is, things are hard to predict. This is a strange world in which we live. We live now, of course, we know in a future where people wear their glasses low on their noses.
Sure.
We live in a world where aliens now live among us and serve as our helpmates. It's a different type of world nowadays. Boy, this is driving me crazy, this glasses thing, by the way. I hope this fad does not last very long. But the point is, you can't take for granted, hey, things are always just going to be the way you expect. So people, once again, who thought that Alabama was, same people probably who thought that Alabama was going to beat Georgia in the SEC championship game 42-14. That's ridiculous, clearly in hindsight.
Those people clearly don't know what they're talking
about. No doubt about it. Listen, I think the game turned out about the way we would have expected. Very close. Alabama wins in the end. Congratulations, and Roly Tide, which is the new Alabama saying after the game, for reasons I still don't understand.
After defeating Notre Dame in Miami, Alabama added yet another title to its long list of national championships. Exactly how many titles does that give them, though?
Well, Roly Tide, Will. Sure enough, Alabama has won yet another national championship, defeating Notre Dame in a close game, and this brings their total to a pretty darn impressive 9 national championships. And Will, they're almost to a full 2 hands of rings.
9 national championships.
Sure.
You're living in the past here. 9. What are we going back to 1980 something? No. Reed, they were at 14 national championships. This made 15. If you're thinking about it conservatively.
Right, that just because it's written on a bumper sticker, that doesn't make it so.
No,
right?
It's written in the University of Alabama books.
Well, I know, that also does not make it so. If you look at some of the factual basis for some of these titles, and by the way, let me just stop. I'm gonna fix my glasses. I don't care what the kids are doing nowadays. That's driving me crazy and giving me some sort of cross-eye situation that's painful.
Hello, 2012.
Yeah, well, whatever. All right, so here's the thing. Look. there's no way. If you think about it, Bear Bryant won how many national championships?
6.
No. Come on, Will. No, 1973, of course. Alabama was named by the coaches poll #1 at the end of the season, and then promptly lost to Notre Dame.
They won the national championship.
No, they didn't. Everybody in the country agreed Notre Dame was the #1 team, and the coaches poll was so embarrassed by the way that they had awarded it to Alabama at the end of the season before the bowls that they even stopped doing it that way from then on. So 1973 doesn't count, and we all know 1941 is a farce. They now have a total of 9. None of those pre-Bear championships should count anyway. So 9 is what it is, and congratulations.
Just
That's very
because
impressive.
Alabama had not counted those championships up until the middle of the 80s, still finally someone smart came into the university and said, let's go back, let's really look at the ones we should have won, and they started claiming them as they should have, and now, Reed, we're up to the regular number that should be 15, if not more. Reed, let's look at 1966. That's one that Alabama doesn't even claim at all that they should be claiming. And officially now I'm saying 16. 16, give me a bumper sticker.
Why should they claim? Listen, I see why because they always claim championships they didn't actually win. Is that what you're saying? Because they didn't win the championship in 1966. You're claiming I'm living in the past, and you want me to go all the way back to 1966 and retroactively claim a championship that they weren't awarded? That's ridiculous. This is the problem with Alabama. By the way, I need some water. Is there a helpmate who can? Sorry, excuse me, Will. I'm sorry about that. Thank you, Gorg. I appreciate that. My thumb was getting hot. I need to see it. I'll just set it down here. That's fine. All right. So my point is this: they're an academic institution. It behooves them to go back and correct the record. This is bogus. They need to just own up to. They need to tear up the Walk of Champions, put down just the reasonable champion, of which they have 9.
Wow, blasphemy! I am done with this argument. Let's get over to the new Barron Stadium. I'm ready to see this game.
Hey, finally something we can agree on. They're playing blurred ball over there nowadays, and it is exciting stuff.
They sure are. Up next, Reed, we go to WVUA to learn how to become sportscasters.
In the past.
Reed, lately we've had our fair share of criticism, including one from Danny on Facebook who said we were effeminate Aubies. How dare he?
Is that what he said?
Yeah, we're Tulane fans.
Yeah, everybody knows we're Tulane, Will.
For sure.
And extremely manly.
Oh, right, and that too.
I can bench press weights.
Oh my gosh, so many weights.
Yeah.
Either way, Reed, we felt we needed to really hone our skills, so we went to WVUA recently and let Gary Harris show us the way. Welcome back to the Iron Bowl Hour. I'm Will Lockamy along with Reed Lockamy. But Reed, let's get serious for a second. We're joined here by our friend Gary Harris. Now, Gary, we're trying to professionalize what we do because, we get poked fun at a lot and we don't use a script. And so we wanted to come to a guy who's a professional and been in this business for a long time. How long have you been sportscasting on TV?
Well, it's the only full-time job I've ever had. I started when I was 18 years old.
Right off the bat, is there one piece of advice you can give us?
Right now, we've got to stop tape because your foreheads are shining like a full moon on a southern Saturday night. We got to get a little powder on there.
I've noticed, Gary, you have really just, I'm assuming probably what is technically an award-winning smile. Now, I don't really ever smile. I'm very cynical and unhappy in general. And how do you perfect a smile?
You do have to work at it.
Yeah.
It's because the main thing you want to do is to smile, and people think that it's natural, even when sometimes it's not. And it'll become secondary to you. It'll become second nature.
I'm gonna go to camera and give it a try, and then you can maybe critique me a little bit.
No.
No? It was a little painful.
The smile really needs to already be there by the time you get to the camera. It's like better.
That's pretty good.
I like it.
You guys have potential.
How much tongue should there be in a smile?
None.
Now, part of being professional is having a plan, using a script.
Usually.
Reed and I don't do that. Everything is ad-lib.
I've seen your show
Yeah,
a number of times.
I mean, do you ever mess up, Gary?
Yes. If you're on live TV, you mess up, as you guys know, it comes with the territory, and it is hard.
With our smiles mastered, it was time to deliver the news.
The best way to learn in this business is by doing.
Okay.
So we're actually going to read some script off the prompter. You may freeze up a little bit when there's actually printed word on the screen.
Right.
But just try to put the same vigor and enthusiasm you put into it when you're talking about absolutely nothing important.
Okay.
Just what we're used to. Okay,
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot, Gary. Here we go. Alabama will build a $9 million two-story training facility for athletes.
Wait. Your voice just went up 3 octaves, Will.
Yeah, it was a little girlish.
Yeah, well, it was a little girlish. There's no doubt.
Okay.
Reed nailed it.
Alabama will build a $9 million two-story training facility for athletes.
Wait. You still got to keep that famous Will Lockamy emotion in it as well.
I like how you use the word famous, Gary.
I'm going to try this.
Hey, Reed, quick advice.
Yes.
I know you're proud that you mastered the art of the smile, but don't start out with a goofy smile.
Well, now that was I thought that was a good one.
It wasn't.
Should I go
good
back
one?
to this one? Alabama will build a $9 million two-story training facility for athletes. University system trustees on Wednesday approved construction of the...
For our purposes, it's Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, in Tuscaloosa, it's not surprising that it would be Wednesday. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
the wins. Yeah, the emphasis on wins. Nice.
Should we make it 14's Day?
Not yet.
Alabama will build a $9 million two...
Keep the scripts on the desk.
But now what if I need to refer to the script, though?
You have glasses on. Can you not read from the desk too?
From here to here? Alabama will build a $9 million totally bodacious two-story...
Ad-libbing's okay, as long as it's in the context of the story.
Bodacious is
Bodacious is not.
Badonkadonk?
No.
Okay, all right.
It turns out that being a sports anchor wasn't, as Reed put it, the easiest job on earth. Wednesday with a continuing quarterback battle and minus the 2 recent signees. Clint Mosley and Kyle Frazier are in competition, and then hopefully Coach Chiswick will have a starter named by the opening game against a team.
Quarterback Zeke Pike and cornerback Jonathan Rose have left the program and plan to transfer. Pike enrolled in January, but Chiswick sent him in June, and something about a freshman this morning over at Alabama Soccer State. This is a soccer story again. We can drop this, and let's just fast forward through the soccer story.
Welcome back to the Iron Bowl Hour. Now, Gary, this is where we want to do some play-by-play. Help me out.
Yeah, well, this is one of the most important things that a sportscaster does, are play-by-play highlights.
Right.
And unlike the scripted stories, a lot of this is done on the fly.
And now to baseball news, Will. The Braves played their 400th game of the season, and here we see in the first inning, Carlos Lee, a Marlins player, hits a single off of Ben Sheets. Ladies, good news, that hit is single.
Pop fly to center field. Can the Marlins get it? Ooh,
running.
They
do.
do.
No, he did not, Will. You're just like Keith Jackson, missing calls there.
He scores Emilio Bonifacio.
Then Matt LeBlanc, is that from Friends? It's Wade LeBlanc, actually. I'm sorry, Wade LeBlanc. Something about Jason Hayward.
All right. I think we get to just have a read. Couple of things. You do understand accuracy is important in what we do, correct?
I have seen some local news stations say
some
that,
may
yes.
claim that, actually.
Scores Emilio Bonifacio.
It's Bonifacio. Critique time.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the case of you two guys,
Yeah.
that was actually good.
That's not bad.
And I think what we've learned here is that some people are meant to be professional sportscasters, i.e. me,
Right.
and some people are not, i.e. the two of you. But when you do it in your own unique style, it's actually pretty entertaining. So I think that's what we've learned.
Well, that is all the time we have for tonight. Thanks for joining us. Gary, what's that last look at sports?
Alabama football, practice on Friday. We'll have it covered.
Excellent. Reed, how's the weather going to look this weekend?
Gonna be a scorcher in the morning, Will. 41 degrees Celsius. We're moving to the metric system.
Holy moly. We'll see you next week.
I'm telling you, man. Hey, the fact that we're going to the Celsius system, I mean, you're breaking news, too. All right. Great job. Oh, man, my pleasure. I'm telling you what.
Well, Reed, the regional Emmy is clearly ours now.
Yeah, I was really kind of bothered by the comments that Danny on Facebook made. I've been working on my arm, Will, so I can really have a cannon. But if people think I'm effeminate, it's going to be kind of a dandy cannon. So I hope people won't look at it that way.
Well, I hope you're not too scared to go to the top of Vulcan next with Tony Kurre. Reed, it's time for rapid fire questions on the grill, brought to you by Billy's Sports Grill with radio superstar Tony Kurre. Right?
Yeah, how about that? Only because I can speak out. Thank you for having me.
Nice.
Appreciate it.
That's impressive. Who's better looking, Jay Barker or Al Del Greco?
Ooh, top half or bottom half?
Top.
Bottom.
I'll say J top, Al bottom.
Nice.
Okay, both faces made for radio.
What's wrong with Paul Feinbaum?
Paul, you ask him, nothing. Which is what's wrong with Paul Feinbaum. Yeah, exactly.
Well played.
Yeah.
That's a good
Perfect
answer.
answer. Better mustache, Brian Van Gorder or Ned Flanders?
Ooh, Ned Flanders, I think they both could be considered soft Cinemax kind of stashes, but I'm going to go with Van Gorder.
If Alabama had to pick just one mascot, which one should they keep? The elephant, the Tide, or the trophy case?
I think they actually, well, that's good. I think they actually have to go with the real elephant.
Can you name 5 images or words that appear in A.J. McCarron's tattoo? Lot to choose from there.
So many.
That's a loaded question.
Yeah.
I'm afraid this is a family show. I don't think I can go there.
If you could select the next team to join the SEC, who would you choose?
I take FSU.
That's what I always say.
I like that too.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun if Jimbo Fisher took the Auburn job and then FSU ended up joining anyway. I think it'd be kind of funny.
Switcheroo.
About it, and then Gene Chizik maybe to FSU. That'd be crazy.
Who knows?
All right, is Mike Bobo a clown?
I'd say yes. We both have the same size feet and the same nose.
Oh,
yes.
look at what they say about
It's
that.
true what they say.
Yeah, should have spiked the ball.
Let's walk those big feet to the elevator.
Indeed. Here we go.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Well, gosh, we hate to be the bearers of bad news, but as you can see, we have an empty chair here, and we have Tony Kurre in our hearts. There was a small goat accident.
Yeah, unfortunately, Will, the
pygmy goat accident.
The Billy's goat got Tony's goat, and I'm so torn up about it, I can't even ask President Obama a question about it, who we have here with us now. So I think the best thing for us to do at this point is just to spend a few minutes reflecting on the good times we have with Tony Kurre.
Tony. Tony, we miss you.
And we look forward to seeing you again once you get over that toe injury. Boy, those goat hoofs, they are something else.
Sharp almost.
Cloven.
Yeah, well, Reed, look, Tony's not the only one that's had some mishaps here on the set this season. We've had our share.
Yeah, well, I think it's time now for us to take a moment to look back at some of the good times we've had with you totally messing up.
It's got a light. It's
Hey,
officially rolling.
Why does this have a light?
Look at that. It's the first one I've ever seen that.
Well, that'd be helpful. The show that's happy to announce that even Will and I got in on a few plays late in the game against Arkansas.
That's right.
Missed it.
Reed, Auburn's gonna.
Gosh.
You gotta be kidding.
You guys want to come over here and be stung by bees? Be our guests. Or as we like to call it, the show that wants to remind everybody, it's okay. What is that? What is that?
I mean, it's a garbage truck. It's a garbage truck.
I have liquid coming out of all sorts of parts of my body.
Texas A&M can come to the SEC and have only male cheerleaders. We can get away with our pom-poms.
Oh, only male cheerleaders.
They have only male cheerleaders. You didn't know this?
We gotta talk to Mike Slive.
And I'm right about it, and we need to wrap this up because I've had an accident in my pants. Did you drop the next question?
Is it totally gone?
Was it the next question? Will just dropped the question.
I guess I dropped 2 of them. Crap, I can't believe you dropped the question.
Sit Indian style.
Now, is everybody gonna hold hands? That'd be good.
Do crisscross applesauce.
Reed, if there's one thing we like being, it's what?
Tall?
Judgmental. Very
I see.
judgmental.
Do you know how to
Reed.
spell judgmental?
Nope.
There's no E where you'd think there'd be one, Will.
No rain in space.
It's a great song. Here we go. Here's Reed about to be old and lame and stupid.
And really, really smart. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'll agree with that, but
Listen.
still, apart from that.
Listen.
And that is ridiculous.
Totally ridiculous.
This is not the time for...
Is that a car wreck?
Wow.
Television viewer, don't forget that you can
Just
follow-
one viewer.
Just one this week.
The expectations are down.
I forgot.
Viewer.
I forgot Dad's watching as well.
Yeah.
Television viewers.
That's right. Get Will remembering a throw. Very
Every
nice.
now and then. Every now and then I remember.
Did you not listen to what I just said? Bring Betty White in. Let her hit the recruiting trail. That's going to be, listen, it'll work out well. That was a Freudian slip, I guess.
The recruiting tail.
All right, here we go.
No, let's keep it. Let's keep it.
Hi, I'm Richard Showers, Executive Chef for Billy's Sports Bar and Grill in English Village, and I'm cooking some wings for Will. How you doing, Will?
I've been
With your
doing
wings?
okay, right? All right, now what makes these extra hot?
Well, I got a dash of cayenne pepper,
Okay.
jalapeno juice, Tabasco sauce, and Billy's hot wing sauce.
Oh, just to make it extra delicious.
Just make it delicious for you, and you
All right.
enjoy it.
Thanks, I guess.
Okay.
Here we go. It's that kind of spicy that's going to begin to hurt,
Yeah.
but it's also that kind of delicious that you get from buffalo wings here at Billy's.
Yeah. Let me try some of this.
You're going to voluntarily try.
Well, I
Right.
want to know exactly what you're going through.
There you go.
It's time for us to get out of here, so why don't you go ahead and say all your usual stuff you normally do.
All right, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. It's all at the Iron Bowl Hour.
You okay, Will?
I'm
It's
fine.
at the Iron Bowl Hour.
At the Iron Bowl Hour.
Yeah. Also, viewers, don't forget, it's been a great season, and we appreciate you watching. Also, we want to say thanks to the wonderful sponsors we've had this year, Billy's Sports Grill, which is where we
Yes,
are right
thanks.
now.
Thanks to the chef especially.
Hoover Toyota, who has provided transportation for us a couple of times.
Of course.
In key points during the season. Also, Wickles Pickles. When we pick pickles, we pick Wickles naturally. And Vulcan Park and Museum, which has been home to the show 2 years running now, and a great job that they do there.
Yeah, and let's not forget, in all seriousness, our great staff. We couldn't do this without our production team.
Yeah.
And we miss Gray Lloyd. We're ready to have him back next season.
Who also has paid us to say nice things about him throughout the season as well.
Yeah, so thanks for that money, Gray, but seriously, come back next
Now,
season.
Will, that's all the time we have. We got to get out of here because my favorite Christmas special, Amos the Christmas Rooster, is airing tonight, so we got to get home and watch that.
Christmas Doodle-Doo, Reed, and
Yeah.
Roll Eagle, of course.
And Wartide, Will.
The Iron Bowl Hour is brought to you by Wickles Pickles. Add an exciting new taste to everything from Thanksgiving dinner to Saturday sandwiches. A Wickles pickle will tickle your taste buds just right. Billy's Sports Grill in Birmingham, located in English Village, Overton Road, and coming soon to Northport. Billy's, come on in and feed your goat. And Vulcan Park and Museum, home to the world's largest cast iron statue. For more information, log on to www.visitvulcan.com.
Congratulate the new head coach at Auburn, Kirby Smart. I do want to say I do feel bad for Jimbo Fisher.
Absolutely poor Jimbo Fisher.